What if the reason you've been feeling tired, less confident, or not quite like yourself in the bedroom had nothing to do with aging? What if it was something your body's been silently missing for years, something you can fix, starting today? If you're a man over 60, and you've noticed your energy fading, your motivation slipping, or your intimacy turning into frustration, you're not alone, and more importantly, you're not broken. I've spent over 3 decades helping men just like you reclaim their strength, stamina, and sense of self. And here's what I've discovered: most of what we blame on age is actually a fixable nutritional deficiency. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 critical vitamins that every man over 60 should prioritize, nutrients that directly support blood flow, testosterone production, and cellular energy. I'll also reveal the most common mistake that's sabotaging your progress, even if you're already taking supplements, and how to fix it. Before we dive in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and type ready in the comments if you're committed to taking control of your health again. Now, let's start with the most underestimated factor affecting your stamina, circulation, and confidence after 60, something your body once made naturally from just 20 minutes of sunlight, but now, it could be holding you back more than you realize. 1. Vitamin E, the fertility defender. I remember speaking with Lewis, a 70-year-old retired pilot who came to my clinic feeling frustrated and confused. He told me, "Doc, I eat well, I exercise, I'm doing everything right, but lately I feel off. My drive's down, I'm not bouncing back the way I used to, and honestly, I just don't feel like a man anymore." That hit me hard because Lewis wasn't lazy or careless. He was disciplined, proud, and committed to his health. But he was missing something that even most doctors rarely talk about: vitamin E. Vitamin E isn't just a fertility aid or a skin supplement. It's a powerhouse when it comes to male health, especially over 60. This vitamin is a natural antioxidant, meaning it fights off the oxidative stress and inflammation that silently damage your blood vessels, hormones, and reproductive organs as you age. When inflammation builds up, blood flow weakens, testosterone dips, and energy crashes. It's not instant, but it's constant. And without realizing it, men like Lewis begin to lose their edge. What makes vitamin E so important is its ability to keep your blood vessels flexible and your circulation strong. Erections aren't just about arousal, they're about blood flow. And when blood can't reach where it needs to go, performance suffers. But that's not all. Vitamin E also helps your body produce testosterone more efficiently. And after 60, that's more critical than ever. Low testosterone doesn't just affect the bedroom, it affects your mood, motivation, and sense of purpose. The good news is that restoring vitamin E is easy and natural. Almonds, sunflower seeds, olive oil, and leafy greens like spinach or Swiss chard are great sources. Or, if needed, a high-quality natural vitamin E supplement can help fill in the gaps. I've seen men like Lewis come back months later with a smile, feeling sharper, stronger, and more connected to life again. Now, you might be wondering, what happens when you combine these 3 vitamins? Is there a way they work together to amplify results? The answer is yes. In fact, when used correctly, these nutrients can create a ripple effect that transforms not just your energy or erections, but your entire experience of aging. 2. Vitamin B12, the energy generator. A few years ago, I had a patient named Paul. He was 72, a retired firefighter, and a proud grandfather. But beneath his strong exterior, he looked worn out. He told me, "Doc, I sleep 8 hours, I eat my meals, but I still feel like I'm dragging through the day. My brain's foggy, my body's tired, And when it's time to be close with my wife, I just don't have it in me. His story stuck with me because it was so common and so easily missed. What Paul was describing was classic vitamin B12 deficiency, something I see in countless men over 60. This vitamin is crucial to energy production. Without it, your body can't properly convert food into usable energy, no matter how well you eat or how much you sleep. Without enough B12, your system runs on empty. It also plays a key role in forming red blood cells, which carry oxygen to your muscles, brain, and yes, your sexual organs. When those cells are lacking, everything slows down. Your stamina fades. Your focus dulls. You may feel disconnected from the very things that used to excite you. And here's the catch: as you age, your ability to absorb B12 from food declines. Even if you're eating meat, eggs, or dairy, it might not be enough. That's why so many older men feel tired, weak, or mentally foggy, even when all their basic health markers look fine on paper. The solution can be surprisingly simple: increasing B12 through quality supplementation, or in some cases, doctor-administered injections, can dramatically restore mental clarity, physical stamina, and that sense of being awake again. I've seen men go from dozing off in the afternoon to hiking, laughing, and being fully present with their loved ones, all from correcting a deficiency they never knew they had. But energy isn't the whole picture. Your body also needs protection, something that strengthens blood vessels, reduces inflammation, and supports the very hormones that define masculinity. That's where the third vitamin comes in. It's often called the fertility vitamin, but its impact reaches far beyond reproduction. In fact, without it, your testosterone and circulation may already be slipping. Let's take a closer look. 3. Vitamin D, the circulation spark plug. I remember speaking with Michael, a 69-year-old retired engineer who had always been precise, reliable, and deeply committed to his health. He sat in my office one afternoon, eyes downcast, and said quietly, "It's not that I've lost interest, my desire is still there. But my body just doesn't respond like it used to." That single sentence carries a weight many men silently shoulder. And in cases like Michael's, what's often missing isn't motivation, it's vitamin D. New data from the National Institutes of Health suggests that over 47% of men over 65 are deficient in vitamin D, even in sunny regions. And this number spikes even higher during winter months or among those who spend more time indoors. While most people associate vitamin D with bone strength, its role in male vitality goes far deeper. It's a core regulator of circulation, helping blood vessels relax and deliver oxygen to muscles and organs, including those responsible for sexual performance. When vitamin D is low, your body produces significantly less nitric oxide, a molecule essential for vascular function. That leads to weaker blood flow, lower stamina, and a frustrating disconnect between desire and performance. But it's not just physical, it also affects your mood, your focus, your sense of confidence. The good news? Reversing a deficiency is easier than most men think. Just 20 minutes of morning sunlight, a few servings of fatty fish like mackerel or sardines, or a daily supplement of vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, can begin restoring optimal levels. I've watched men who once felt drained and discouraged become energized, confident, and fully engaged again, often in just a few weeks. But circulation is only one part of the equation. To truly turn things around, your body also needs fuel, the kind that powers your brain, muscles, and mood. And that's exactly where the next vitamin comes in. If your energy has felt flat, the solution might be closer than you think. Several years ago, I worked with a patient named Thomas. He was 68, a retired naval officer with a disciplined lifestyle and a sharp, analytical mind. He had been on vitamin D for years because of his joint issues. Then, as fatigue crept in, he added B12. Later, during one of our conversations about declining testosterone, I encouraged him to try vitamin E. Each supplement helped in its own way, but the breakthrough didn't happen until he took all three, together, consistently, and in the right forms. A month later, he came into my office, smiled broadly, and said, "Doctor, I feel like someone just hit the reset button on my system." That moment perfectly illustrates the power of synergy. Vitamin D boosts nitric oxide, unlocking better blood flow. Vitamin B12 elevates red blood cell production, ensuring oxygen moves efficiently throughout your body. And vitamin E reinforces blood vessel health, reduces inflammation, and stabilizes testosterone. Together, they create what I call the vitality triangle: circulation, energy, and hormone balance working in harmony. Why does this matter more with age? Because your body's rhythm starts to slow. Digestion weakens, inflammation builds, and recovery takes longer. One missing nutrient can throw off the whole system. But when all three are in balance, something shifts. Men often describe waking up clearer, reacting faster, and reconnecting more deeply, not only physically, but emotionally. That's not medication, it's chemistry aligned with nature. And Thomas wasn't unique. I've seen that same renewal in dozens of men who take this trio seriously. But here's the catch: most men never reach that level of transformation. Why? Because of a common mistake that sabotages the very progress they're trying to make. One morning, Leonard walked into my office carrying a shopping bag filled with vitamin bottles. At 74, he was thoughtful, health-conscious, and clearly putting in effort. He laid the bottles out on my desk and said, "I've been taking all this, but I still feel sluggish. I still don't feel like a man." I understood his frustration. I'd seen it too many times before. The mistake? Assuming that all supplements are created equal, many men buy cheap, synthetic versions, thinking a vitamin is just a vitamin. But the form matters. With B12, for example, cyanocobalamin is common but poorly absorbed by older men. Methylcobalamin, on the other hand, is the active form your body can use immediately. Vitamin D2 is another example, less effective than D3. And synthetic vitamin E lacks the full spectrum of antioxidants found in natural forms. Another issue is inconsistency. Taking vitamins once or twice a week, or only when you remember, won't create change. Your body depends on routine, not randomness. Leonard's story turned around when he made the switch: higher quality, active forms, taken daily. Within weeks, he reported deeper sleep, sharper focus, and yes, a major improvement in the bedroom. The transformation didn't come from trying harder, it came from doing it right. Once you know what to take, and how to take it, the final step is to build a simple, daily rhythm that supports long-term energy and vitality. And that doesn't mean rewriting your entire life. I remember Henry, a 66-year-old retired school principal who was tired of feeling tired. He didn't want gimmicks or extremes, he just wanted a routine that worked, so here's what we created. Every morning, Henry began his day with a tall glass of water and his B12 supplement, taken alongside a protein-rich breakfast like eggs and whole grain toast. After breakfast, he took a short 20-minute walk under the sun, ideal for natural vitamin D production. On cloudy days, he took a vitamin D3 supplement with his first meal. At lunch, a salad drizzled with olive oil and topped with a handful of sunflower seeds gave him his daily dose of vitamin E. That's it. No overhauls, no extreme dieting, just consistency. Within a few weeks, Henry noticed real change. He had the energy to help his wife in the garden again. His sleep was deeper, his thoughts were clearer, and his confidence, in himself, in his body, in his connection, quietly returned. The truth is, you don't need to chase youth to feel strong. What you need is a rhythm, simple, sustainable, and built on the right nutrients in the right forms. That's not just health advice, that's ownership, that's saying, I'm still in charge of how I age. And you are. So, if you've ever found yourself wondering why your energy is fading, why your strength feels like it's slipping, or why the connection in your relationship isn't what it used to be, know this: it's not about giving up. It's about giving your body what it's truly missing: vitamin D to restore healthy blood flow, vitamin B12 to reignite your energy from the inside out, and vitamin E to protect your heart, support your testosterone, and rebuild your confidence. These aren't miracle cures, they're tools, proven, natural, and powerful when used the right way. And when combined, they form a foundation that supports not just performance, but presence. Mental clarity, emotional connection, and the quiet strength of knowing you're not done yet, not even close. You still have time to feel strong, to show up fully for the people you love, and to live with the energy, vitality, and confidence that define who you are, not just as a man, but as a human being who refuses to settle for less. If this message resonated with you, if it gave you insight, encouragement, or even just hope, don't leave without taking action. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on the health strategies that matter most in this stage of life. And if there's a topic you'd like to see next, drop it in the comments. We're building this journey together. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, stay consistent, and remember, your strongest years might still be ahead. We'll see you in the next video.